Data, sending data. Okay, there's one. One. Let's see if this shit works. That's foggy. Hold up, hold up. Glasses is foggy. Man, it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month. Trying to see if this works. Should be able to switch it back and forth, right? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a, I think it has been like a month. All right, so it does work. I got a multi-stream thing going on. So it's this and it's YouTube at the same time. Don't give me that. It chick. Oh, say hello to YouTube. I gotta figure out a way to get both of them. I'm trying to figure out a way. Is there a way I can get both of them, both YouTube and Twitch on the screen? I gotta figure it out. Yes, Johnny. Johnny. First day back, and I'm gonna keep on hating on him. Actually, I'm pretty sure some other shit happened. Hold on. Where is he at? Oh, his channel got terminated? Alright. We going.
This disrespect.
I'll be waking up early to hate on niggas like him. Real early.
Respectful IRL streamer continues to prove to the world that he is in fact the dumbest
early to
streamer
hate on
ever
niggas
walk
like
on
him.
Earth.
That's what I
Because
like.
at this point, I just feel like a broken record, as this dude just continues to make an absolute fool out of himself by now threatening the judge and his mother.
The judge, the prosecutor, y'all can suck my.
I like hating
Yeah, suck my.
on these type of people. On these type of people. To make it clear.
Tell the judge you can suck my. I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
He is now facing 36 years in South Korean prison, and his genius idea is to threaten the dude who has his freedom in his hands and the judge's mother. Because why not? While we're at it, right? Like I said this on Twitter, but at this point, John
ain't too low, is it?
pen testing the South Korean.
I've been going
judicial
for like
system
a couple weeks, so I
because he's
don't.
doing the
Gotta see if
opposite of what
my
you're
settings is
supposed to be
right.
doing when you're facing serious prison time every step of the way. So I mean, whatever they end up giving him will send a clear message to the world if South Korea welcomes streamers to harass their citizens for content or not. So basically, as some of you guys have noticed, I've been traveling for the last 10 days, which is why there's been way fewer uploads, but we're back to way more uploads now. But anyway, a lot has happened since I made my last video on Johnny in a hotel lobby. Obviously, he went to court again, and if you thought things were bad for him the time I went to the trial, it's so much worse this time, as he's now facing additional charges and there will now be multiple witnesses testifying against him in the next trial. But you may be asking, how did he show up? Did he go through and do the whole black pointy robe thing like he was claiming he was going to do? Well,
Nope.
Not really. He rocked the usual MAGA hat. I guess that is just his Hail Mary in hopes our current administration will somehow pass him one of those get out of jail free cards from Monopoly. But unfortunately for Johnny, nobody is rallying to free this dude, like as everyone except for the 20 people who watch his streams in support of him believe he's
It's
made
still
his own
crazy
bet.
that this
Speaking
man.
of the rope, from what I can tell
Hold on.
before the trial, one of their neighbors saw him
It's still crazy this man was willing to put his entire livelihood on the risk for 20 people.
Hank and Johnny using
20
it to
people.
film some video on top of the roof of Hank's apartment building in Seoul.
Not
And
100,
they
not
posted
50,
this
not
video
100,
right after
not
the trial
1,000,
was over.
20 people.
I have a truth that I
What?
am the modern day Letitia Harley, and I am being assassinated by modern day rooftop Koreans. I have a dream that I may not be sentenced to 10 years of hard labor in South Korea for the simple crime
What the fuck am I looking at?
spilling a cup of noodles. Seriously, that is my main charge.
No, it's not. It's the deepfake charges that are in the main charges. Legal Mindset actually made a chart with all the current charges. So you see the one in the middle there for the
See?
loud music on the bus? Well, that was just added, and he pled guilty for that one as well. So in total, he's already
Wait,
pleaded guilty
hold
to
on,
the on the
hold on.
bus. We actually made a chart.
All right, let's see. Obstruction of business, count 1, max 5 years. Charge, blah, blah, blah. Can't talk. Charge, penalty, facts, plea. Obstruction of business, count 1, minor crimes, act count 1, minor crimes, act count 2. Obstruction of business, count 2, deepfake, count 1, deepfake, count 2. Obstruction of business, count 3. 30, 60, 70. Doom 90. What's that? It's 100. Oh, it's 105 years for each penalty. Wait, no, that's 30 days, not years. Shit. Guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Yeah.
With all the current
I don't know
charges.
what
So you see
why I
the one in the
confuse
middle there
days
for the
with
loud
years.
music on the bus? Well, that was just added, and he pled guilty for that one as well. So in total, he's already pleaded guilty to 5 of these charges, and then you have the 2 serious ones, which are the deepfake charges, which hold a maximum of 10.5 years in Korean prison each. And he pled not guilty, meaning he has to go fight those 2 in court, even though he live streamed himself doing what he's being accused of. Then to make things worse for him, and
I'm not
because
slow, you
of those
slow.
pleas, the next
Take your
court
time.
date, apparently
We ain't
witnesses
going
will be
nowhere.
testifying against him. I mean, just imagine throwing away your life to be that unfunny. Dude's
For 5 people. I mean, for 20 people, though. Throwing away your life for 20 people. Not 50, not 100, not 1,000. 20.
no civil rights martyr.
20.
He's a guy who made a living off of harassing
crazy.
strangers in public
20.
and live streaming their reactions against their will for profit.
I see
And
maybe like
because
10,000, but
he goes
20 people?
way over the line for some basic attention online, he's now facing a
man.
maximum prison sentence of 36 years in South Korean prison. And
Dang.
clearly, this is getting to both of them, both him and his friend Hank. Because now that Johnny has decided to actually fight these charges,
is a
that means
Korean
he's
with a
Hank's
white name.
problem for even longer. Or well, this is until Hank does the logical thing of just kicking him out from his apartment, because let's be real here, Johnny, he's made his own bed. But Dr. Ulrich Node, who was with us in the first court hearing, he actually went again and shared the notes with us of the court transcription so everyone can actually know exactly what happened in the second court hearing. So, 10 a.m., the judge enters the courtroom and everyone stands. Before this, a court officer instructed everyone to turn off their phones. The audience includes individuals from various backgrounds such as Australian, Pakistani, Korean, Korean American, Jewish, South African, and African American. There are about 10 people present. 10:10 a.m., the case begins. Johnny Smalley is scheduled for 10:40 a.m., but when the time comes, he is not in the courtroom. Earlier, his and Hank's voices were heard in the corridor, but they're not present now. So, I mean, the dude is late for his
I ain't mocking
second
him, I'm
court
just-
case.
I'm reading
He
along.
was really late for the first one. Apparently, he was late for this one as well. 10:44 a.m., Johnny's still not present, but a public defender enters the room. It's unclear if the defender is assigned to Johnny's case or if there's some confusion. 10:51 a.m., Johnny, also known as Khalid, is called. The court officer knows that Johnny was upstairs, but went downstairs again, and they're waiting for him to return. A minute later, Johnny enters the courtroom, this time without a smile, and sits in the proper seat. The
'Cause he
court
knows he's
begins
fucked.
reviewing the charges he previously admitted to. 10:54 a.m. While the judge is checking the files, Johnny winks at me. Meanwhile, Hank, Johnny's accomplice, turns around and tries to intimidate the audience by making a scary face or serious face, which is not effective. 10:56 a.m. The
No one's
judge
gonna be
asked
scared of
Johnny
that
if there
nigga's
was any
face.
change
Hold
to his
on.
work.
Let's take a look at this nigga's face. There's zero way this nigga is making an intimidating face in any capacity. Come on now. You played yourself.
Her address, because remember last time he lied about not knowing his address, and then he also lied about being a student
I'd never become one of
instead
these
of
people.
a full-time streamer, which he was at the time. And then essentially by saying there was no change, he effectively lied yet again. Apparently the judge reminds Johnny that he has the right to remain silent, but it appears the judge doubts Johnny's ability to do so. Johnny says there is no change. Following this, the prosecutor reviews the previous charges, including the incident on October 12th, where Johnny caused a disturbance on bus number 471 by playing a loud ape sound and music, forcing the bus to stop. He repeated similar behavior on another bus on the same route, harassing passengers. Additionally, the prosecutor mentions that on October 13th, Johnny created a deepfake video of him kissing another man. The judge asked Johnny if he would like to proceed
just
with a
weird and
plea
gay.
on the deepfake charges. Johnny, through his lawyer,
For what
pleads
reason
not
would you-
guilty to the deepfake
You know what?
charges. He asked Johnny for
Ain't nothing
confirmation,
wrong with
which
it.
he
Ain't
confirms.
nothing wrong with it.
The
He
judge
gay, he
appears
gay.
mildly surprised by the plea and asks for proof of innocence. The lawyer states that they currently have no proof and need time to gather it. Oh boy. Unfortunately for him again, he is his own star witness. He live streamed himself doing this. So he's exactly what the prosecutors need to, but exactly not what the defense needs, when he's on the defense at least. But in response, the prosecution requests a witness examination, stating that since Johnny denies the charges, they need to present witnesses. The judge agrees to allow a witness
The fucking internet's
examination,
the
but
witness.
notes that given the sensitive
He
nature
live
of the
streamed it.
charges, the victim will decide if the court will be open
I'm
or
a
closed.
witness.
This means that the
I've seen the
public
video.
and press may be restricted depending on the victim's preference. Then Dr. Ulrich added some personal notes here where it says that Johnny seems to realize that he's actually in trouble here. Hank seems very stressed. After court, the two marched out and are followed by reporters. A reporter asked Johnny if he still thinks that Korea is a vassal state. It's so hard to take that thing seriously due to how ridiculous of a statement that was from him to begin with. It's just baffling to me, like, who is facing decades in prison and then goes out to the public media and says that Korea is a vassal state of the United States? Like, dude,
He's
Have you ever heard content creators
like you said,
say,
clout
"Comment
is
the
one
word
hell of a
burgers
drug."
below, and I'll send you over something for free." And
what are you
just switch
doing?
accounts so I don't get
Well,
ads.
This time, Johnny apparently was a little bit wiser and he remains silent.
Welcome
and
back.
Hank takes on the role of the pseudo lawyer saying Johnny has no further comments. And they reach the bottom of the stairs and Hank yells profanities and swears at the people's parents. So I guess they're just taking turns on crashing out. Last time it was Johnny who was just acting out in court. Now I guess it's Hank. But apparently they blunderingly walk into the underground level and are
Hank
forced
is a
to come
Korean
back up
dude
and
with a
walk
white
through
name,
a
though.
crowd of anti-Johnny attendees. And then Ulrich apparently spoke Korean and told Johnny that he is terribly short. But Johnny didn't understand that, so he muttered profanities in return, apparently. But again, thank you, Dr. Ulrich, for the transcription of what actually happened inside of the courtroom. But Johnny just continues to lie in court for no real reason. Everyone is already aware of
He's a
how
dumbass.
he's making his money in Korea. So why he would do this and just continue to lie, it's beyond me. But again, I would
Not beyond you. We know the reason. He's a dumbass. This is not that hard to figure out. Nigga stupid.
basically 90% of the things he does. None of it makes sense. He's already admitted that what he's doing is not worth
He's
it.
like Buddy
So
in
I
the
don't
chat.
know why he
Stupid.
continues to double down and double down and double down when he's already admitted, hey, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm not getting paid for this anymore. Okay, why are you still doing stuff to make your penalty harsher and to add time to your current 36 years of potential South Korean prison time? It's just baffling how stupid this is. I mean, especially pleading not guilty to something he live streamed himself doing. That's a bold move, especially when it's just gonna delay the inevitable sentencing and potentially give him a worse penalty
Somebody had
if
to
they
catch
do
a stroke.
find him guilty for this. So the next trial date, it's set for August. So if you want me to go there, drop a like on this video. But there's a little bit more to talk about
For
today,
August.
because the YouTuber 15 Minutes of Shame, he's been posting a handful of videos over the last couple of days with clips
Hey,
from
somebody
that
had to
stream
catch
that
a
they
stray.
did right after the trial day. And if I was gonna sum up the mood here, I would say that Johnny is still in this like in-between phase of denial and disbelief, and Hank is visibly hating his life with Johnny still living in a small apartment. Well, the first clip naturally isn't even about the trial, because Johnny is still he's just so interested in others talking about him and how the reaction is to him. He's
a
more interested in
narcissist.
that than his own freedom and trial. So apparently he's just worried about how Asmongold is reacting to his content.
Honestly, it's easy content for him. The nigga sits there, he lets cockroaches crawl all over him, he drinks more soda pop than water. Why am I calling it soda pop? But then he sits there, reacts to a Tozy video,
Yeah, just call it pop. It's called pop.
and just says, oh, Johnny's cooked, Johnny's this, oh my god, he's a da da da, ha ha. But I'm not gonna lie, the narrative is changing. When a lot of these react to my videos now, like especially the Twitch streamers, because since they changed the rule on Twitch
just
that
spit.
like you can watch banned Twitch stream, I'm a banned Twitch streamer technically. They changed the rule that you can watch banned Twitch streamers content. A lot of these are laughing at the situation now.
Dude,
That you
people are
put yourself
laughing at
in.
how you will so
That you put
willingly
yourself
destroy
in.
your life for attention, with basically zero upside other than attention. I mean, Johnny is trapped in South Korea for a long time. He's not making good money anymore, and he's forced to mooch off his friend, Hank, to get by. And clearly, all of this is really getting to Hank.
Hey, y'all got 3 more months of Johnny Somali freedom. Like, I don't. There is a lot. Like, they're gonna clip it. I already know these channels, and they're the niggas that keep me relevant, bro. I can stream once a month, and I'm still relevant. I'm getting my name is
Why
getting
you vaping? You might as well just smoke a cigarette.
millions of views on YouTube.
Like, do the real thing.
And I don't have to do nothing. The last time I streamed was 2 weeks ago. That's crazy power.
Who's vaping? You vaping?
That's crazy power.
Well, yeah, you're in the middle of an international criminal case. You're facing 36 years of prison
vaping?
time simply because you're a moron addicted to attention on the internet. When we first started covering him in Korea, he was basically only facing like a slap on the wrist, because the first time he was detained, etc., that was about walking around with the rotting fish on the bus and shoving it in people's faces. As we saw from the chart earlier, that was a fine and or up to 30 days in jail, worst case scenario, as that charge is essentially the equivalent of a misdemeanor. But
Bro would have got 30 days in jail, a month in jail, consider, depending on which month it is. So he did all of this and just snowballed himself from 30 days to 36 years. And it's crazy. We're gonna forget who this nigga is after what? A year and a half? Maybe a year. I give him up to, most I give him is 2 years. After that, nobody's gonna talk about this man.
Yes, with the attention back on him from the commentary channels again, I guess he decides to just continue to act out in the worst way possible to keep videos being made on him. And now he's facing 36 years in prison. Congratulations, you played yourself? Like, that doesn't sound like power to me. That sounds like a massive skill issue. Why'd you do that to yourself, dude? But he also revealed that allegedly someone from the US Embassy came to his most recent court date.
I don't want to say nothing about the court, but let's just say there was somebody from the government at court today.
Please don't let this dumbass out.
Yes. It's not private information. It's not private information.
You're gonna set a bad precedent. Please do not let this dumbass
out. At the
out.
court today. I'm just gonna put that out there. My country looking out for me.
No, we're not.
I'm a U.S. citizen at the end of the day.
We ain't looking out for you,
And
Nick.
they know this is.
Why would you assume that they're doing anything but monitoring the situation? Because again, he left his American rights at home in America. Unfortunately, he still doesn't seem to realize
my country's
he's
looking
at
out
the
for me. We ain't looking
mercy
out for
of
you,
the
nigga.
South Korean
We don't care about
judge
you.
that he is actively threatening on his streams. But this is what Hank has to say revolving a lot of the hate that Hank's been getting for supporting Johnny.
I get partially, okay? Partially, I understand why Koreans are upset at Ramsey because
Ramsey.
yeah, but
I'm not scared to say my name. My name is Ramsey. I love
what did I do? Why are
You're supporting a nigga who is actively disrespecting your country. Not only are you a traitor, you just look like a bitch. That's just what it is.
what?
Like, this man is actively disrespecting your country, your country's authority, your country's people. You just look like a bitch. You might not even be Korean, and I might be saying all this shit, and I might look racist. And if I am, then that's on me. But from what it looks like, you kind of look like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just a tiny bit of a bitch. I'm just saying.
Why are they targeting me?
They're gonna clip this. Be careful what you say.
I know.
Okay.
Just
Go ahead.
let me please say it, okay? What did I do that was so wrong? So just because my friend, like, let's say my friend screwed up, then that means I should abandon my friend? Like.
Your friend is actively putting himself in a bad light on purpose, by the way. Your friend is being disrespectful to people. Your friend has snowballed 30 days in prison to 36 years in prison. I have never seen a nigga that's wanted to go to prison more than him. Niggas don't even want to go to jail. This nigga's going to prison in a foreign country. And yeah, that dude's name is Hank. Korean Hank.
Like, that's not loyalty. Do you understand what loyalty is?
Dude, your friend
You
didn't
know he's
screw
not gonna
up.
check
He's
his
making
friend.
an
And that's called blind loyalty. That's not loyalty. You know he ain't gonna check him. As long as he's with them, he gets views, he gets attention too. There's no way there's a real friendship. He's got to like abandon him or something at the end.
active decision every single day to make his own life and your life as miserable as possible to get a little bit of attention online. He didn't even accidentally offend someone or accidentally commit a crime which puts you and your family in a position to have to pay for his legal representation. These are
Am I
active
wrong?
decisions on
Can't
his
say I'm
end
wrong.
as he continues to double down over and over and over again. You do not owe someone loyalty if they're actively destroying your life and damaging your relationship with your family, because friends don't do that. Johnny is definitely not your friend if he's doing all that to you.
I shouldn't. I'm getting also punished by South Korea
That's your fault,
Because-
buddy.
of guilty by association. My mom and my
Don't
dad.
talk about your family. Don't talk about your family.
Okay.
Don't give these ammo.
But
Don't get emotional on
but-
stream.
Give
but-
me all the ammo.
Anyway,
When
Give
I
me
get
the
emotional, I
ammo.
troll. Don't
Listen,
be serious. Okay,
what did I do?
Just be careful.
Like,
I'm telling you.
seriously, I didn't insult Korea. I didn't insult comfort women. I actually told
Yeah, but the person you're sitting next to and supporting does. And it's not even alleged. This nigga records himself doing it. He live streams himself doing it. That's like if I'm hanging out with a dude. This is like this. I'll put it in like a hood way. It's like if I'm hanging out with a dude who is actively disrespecting someone else's hood, and people know that I'm hanging out with this nigga, people know that I'm with him, they're gonna target me because I'm with him in the vicinity. Because they know I'm with him, so they're gonna target me. That's how that works. You gotta watch who you associate with.
Ramsey. I mean, I would have told Ramsey not to do it if he was gonna do it.
I did it before I met you.
He did it without my
It's even worse. You did it. He did it before he met him. So that means you knew he did this and you still wanted to be friends with him. It'd have been different if you met him first and then he did it. But from the sounds of it, either way, you wouldn't even known this man for what, longer than his trip there. You ain't known this man a year. And you backing him after he disrespects you. You know what? Couldn't be me. That's all I'm gonna say.
knowledge.
I mean, the more Hank talks, the more clear it is to me that Johnny is completely taking advantage of him. It seems like that Hank isn't really playing with a full deck of cards, so to speak. And to preface that, that's a complete speculation, as I don't know the guy. But I also feel like that kind of showed in that interview he did back
he's
for the
on a
LA-based
spectrum.
Korean
He's on a
podcast
spectrum,
a few
alright.
months ago about him and Johnny being jumped. But also just by like scraping the surface of how Hank was banned from the United States and his previous
he had a
online
small
political
little trace of
stunts
tism
and
in him.
things, it would seem that he has quite a pattern of antisocial behavior. So I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny is one of his only friends, which is
Probably.
likely why he's so loyal to him. But at the end of the day, like, people are upset with Hank for going along with all this and directly financially supporting Johnny and enabling this guy's behavior.
I don't want you to get charged and stay here longer. I'm already planning to get you a room for yourself. Like, you're a unit, okay? Yeah. So yeah.
And my understanding here is if he actually goes ahead and sponsors an apartment for Johnny, that's not him paying for it. That's his family paying for that. And it also seems like, or well, he's admitted as well that his family hates Johnny. So why he would do that to his own family, that's questionable as well. Like, if you're talking about
Exactly.
loyalty here, why are you not being loyal to your own family? But meanwhile, Johnny is clearly very disappointed because, you know, he was hoping he was going to be able to leave after this court date.
I'm not gonna.
It sounds like within a month though.
He's gonna flee the country.
It is a possibility. It is a possibility.
I mean, like if everything
No, it's
goes
not.
well, with
No,
the
it's
thing,
not.
Then it should just kind of be resolved, and you should be able to. You've got your passport still, so you
It's
should,
right here.
yeah, you should be able to just kind of dip that.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Oh, he gonna run.
Yeah, I mean, the big takeaway here is don't harass strangers in public for your live stream.
In a
That
foreign
can save
country.
you a whole bunch of headaches, clearly, as we know very well here on this channel. If you want me to go to the next trial, please drop a like on this video, and also shout out 15 Minutes of Shame, Legal Mindset, and Dr. Ulrich Node for making this video possible. But other than
Shout
that,
out
if
to
you're
all
new
of
here, feel
them
free to
for
subscribe
making
to
this video
YouTube. Thanks,
possible
you'll
for
enjoy
me to
this
watch it.
video, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Man. See? Blind loyalty. Very different from loyalty. Alright. That's enough reading comments. I got another video. Back up after this one that I wanted to watch. Problem with content creators. Why is there... I know it's not no titties behind her, is it?
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking
Who is this?
with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
A few moments later.
Oh, was that who that is? Was that the one all the girls was like... I saw something about the girls they didn't like. They boyfriends watching... I'm guessing her. Wow. I learn more every day. I saw her in the she was in that shit, what's the name of that? The streaming university thing. I saw her in that. I don't be on social media, so I don't really know these people. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me, and I literally don't do nothing. Like nothing. Like nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything. Like nothing affects me no more. Like it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all.
You can't say you got no feelings no more when you active. I'm not trying to laugh at this. It's not funny. You can't say that don't affect you in that it don't bother you and you're actively crying on stream right now. I'm just saying.
In for a little bit.
That's my 2 cents.
I don't think a lot of
I
people
want no beef.
understand how
I want no
difficult
beef.
it is to be a content creator. I know from the outside looking in, it probably looks like all we do all day is just have fun and have this whimsical lifestyle.
Damn, bro.
That's Tism and it's oh, hell no.
Morphin time, Tyrannosaurus. Megasaurus.
Wait, did he just
Morphin time,
did he say niggasaurus?
We might post some funny
Niggasaurus.
reels on Instagram. We might post TikToks doing
Bro,
dances.
my glasses keep
We
getting
might
foggy,
spark
it's
up
pissing me
stream
off.
doing some sort of fun activity. We might post an extremely creative YouTube video. Shoot, some of us even do all of the above. But no one ever talks about the emotional and mental strain that takes on you behind the scene.
That was crying. It wasn't me.
Are you a Roblox fanatic? Microsoft
No, but I know
Rewards
somebody
a brand
that
new
is.
way for you to
Ugly. I know niggas that is I know niggas that are, and no offense to these niggas, they know who I'm talking about if they see this. I know niggas that are dirt ugly. Way uglier than this nigga. I ain't really the type to judge another man's looks though, cause I ain't, you know, I don't roll that way. But this nigga's not ugly. Not that ugly. Not that ugly.
Content creation is one of the most competitive career paths out there. I mean, it's a content creator popping out every other day. If you got a camera, matter of fact, you don't even need a camera. If you have a smartphone that can record for you.
You know, I just thought about this and I was looking back to everything I made from all the years. I made my first video 10 years ago. A decade ago. That's tough.
You can just start posting content. That's literally all it
decade
takes.
ago,
Now,
that's
how
tough.
good your content is definitely depends on you. But see, that easy accessibility is part of the reason why it's so competitive. And it's only becoming more competitive because more people are trying to become content creators. Now, I'm not gonna lie and act like content creation doesn't come with a lot of perks. It does. You make your own schedule. It pays great. You get to do a lot of fun things and meet a lot of cool people.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! We're down!
Now this is glazed.
What's up, man?
That's understandable. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I ain't old. I had some girl tell me that I looked older than her dad because of my beard. And like, I just turned 23. Her dad's in like his 40s and shit, and that nigga's in jail.
I think you was like the first streamer.
He matched your energy. I like that.
Bob Duncan, Bob's Bucket Begun.
Is that? Oh.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Oh my god!
we got the
Oh
call.
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah. Good luck,
Oh my
Charlie.
gosh!
Motherfucking dad look like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But for every happy, joyous moment that you see, there's also a moment of planning, stress, mental anguish that the audience almost never gets to see. For a lot of content creators, especially streamers, their whole life is basically under a microscope. Trying to
Yeah,
juggle
plus you're getting
entertaining
old
their
anyway,
supporters
so
while being themselves.
your knees
and
gonna give
having
up before
fun,
mine do.
while also trying to avoid getting crucified by the public. At the same time, trying to stay relevant, because content creation is one of those jobs that's always changing. There's always new trends, new metas, new expectations that you got to live up to. And as a content creator, you either live up to the challenge or you fall off. It's that simple. Although you might have some loyal fans and supporters who will stick around a lot longer, the algorithm itself doesn't care about you. You always got to innovate. You always got to be online. Even if you're not necessarily online, you got to be present and you got to be aware of what's going on online. You're always expected to deliver. Now, I'm not saying this to necessarily complain. I'm just letting you guys know what it's like being a content creator. And another aspect that's very detrimental to the mental health of a content creator is their performance, their engagement, their views, their view to like ratio, their view to comment ratio, their view to share ratio, viewer duration. For example, with me, sometimes I'll post a video and it'll do
your
like
knees still gonna give up
500K
before mine do.
views. Sometimes it'll do 100K views. Sometimes I'm like 30 to 60K views. Now I'd be lying if I said it doesn't affect me at all, but I think part of the test of being a content creator is just keeping it pushing, dropping more content, dropping better content, and just innovating. But there's also another trap that a lot of content creators tend to fall into.
When you hit 50 and your knees don't work and my knees still work,
a perfect example of that is Dabo. If you don't know who Dabo is, he's a popular streamer, and his whole shtick is basically his fans, his supporters, making fun of him for being chopped, being ugly. And at first he played into the joke because that's all it was a joke. But it feels like at a certain point he kind of started feeling pressure to kind of play into it more than he had to, because people started doing things like this to him. Dude was literally getting bullied wherever he went, and people thought and still think that it's okay because he's quote unquote chopped.
There we go. Thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, bro.
Bro, I know niggas that are way more chopped than this nigga though. That's crazy. Like if that's the case, a lot of niggas can be famous. Get into him.
At that point, it kind of became obvious that it was going beyond a joke. And the crazy thing is, it felt like he was still trying to play into the joke. Because even when he was trying to self-improve and get his looks right, he would do things like this.
Oh my god, why does my hair drop? Hold on, my hair low-key drop. Hold on, Dad, watch it, my hair low-key drop.
You look like Chucky though, bruh.
And I'm not even trying to be rude.
Take that shirt off,
hard to believe that he thought dyeing his hair like this would make him look better. But regardless of him dyeing his hair, it didn't stop this from happening.
Yo, chill.
It's gonna be a generational snap.
Hey, I asked for a shout out though.
All right, close the door.
I'm trying to collab.
Nigga, close the door.
Nigga, lock the door. Why ain't bro lock the door? What?
Basketball, man. My cousin Dabo, you already know. We both chopped as hell. Hey. I can't take this serious, cuz like he's one unserious nigga. Like chat. Look at the chat.
And while Dabo was getting bullied for looking chopped, another content creator, Cooking with Kaya, was getting bullied for looking good. Cooking with Kaya is a popular content creator, streamer whose whole content revolves around her basically
How you get bullied
making
for looking
food
good?
and dancing a little bit. One of the things that she does is basically try to motivate women to cook for their partner.
Oh,
and
he like me for real?
really mad.
Girl, I can steal your man with his dinner.
You like? I'm this nigga out. I'm this nigga out. You get 10 minutes. You gone for 10 minutes.
And I mean, Kaya has made videos explaining how it's all satire and all she wants to do is really motivate women to get in the kitchen because one day they're gonna have a husband and a family. And she basically told these women that she doesn't want their
you gotta think about what you done.
And that if they were confident in themselves and in their relationships,
like that,
they wouldn't be hating under her comments. But one thing we can't deny just from observing her content and seeing how her videos are configured is that she uses sex appeal to push her content. Because in all her videos, she wears outfits that show a lot of skin, and she always starts the video off with her doing her little dancey dance. And I think at some point she kind of figured out that the more she plays into the sex appeal, the more views she gets, the more engagement that she gets. But that also caused her to receive a lot more hate, especially from the female population.
I'm sorry, but I do not like this little Cooking with Kaya. First of all, I was on the phone with this dude the other day. He got saying, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. First of all, don't be saying that on my motherfucking phone. Then, we'll make it even worse, I can barely cook. I might be able to cook a little cornbread and a little cabbage, but all that, I can't cook like that. Then you got the girl dancing while she cooking. Like, girl, you was doing that for no reason. Like, it would have been cool if the girl didn't have a dump truck.
Sound like some hater shit for real. I ain't gonna lie. This just sound like some hating shit.
I don't care.
I'll be glad when somebody get that and drag that bitch the and I can't wait. And I hope somebody
see.
And recently, the Kaya
This is what y'all women be doing. Y'all be hating.
Apparently, people were saying that she was acting fast during Streamer University. She was basically throwing cake, and guys like Quan were smacking her buns.
Oh nah. Oh nah.
And to be honest, whether she was acting fast or not, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all own interpretations. But what I do know is, as content creators, a lot of times we feel like we have to play into the thing that kind of blew us up. For Dabo, it was him being chopped. For Cooking with Kaya, is her sex appeal. And it's a different thing for every content creator. And it's really difficult not to lose yourself in stuff like that, especially when you see things like your viewership going down or your engagement going down. But at the end of the day, I'm a big believer that as long as you have the will to continue making content, then you can always reinvent yourself in a different way, make different content. Because regardless of what you started with, At some point, you're eventually gonna have to change your content. That's just the way content creation works. It's never stagnant. But all things aside, even though content creation can come with moments like this,
I'm so sad, bro. I wanted to quit this shit all the time, bro. Everybody told me stop doing this shit. Everybody told me stop doing this shit, bro.
I can't cry on stream. I'm not gonna lose you. I can't do that.
And that I not even just streamer universe.
I can't cry on stream.
To be on this earth, they say I deserve to be here. They say I didn't.
Let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
And I try so hard, bro. Like, I just try to just push through this shit no matter what, like, and keep a smile on my face.
I'm always super grateful and look forward to moments like this.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Me and my family, I never told no. I don't talk about this at all, bro. But me and my family, bro, we grew up from the nigga, we grew up in the shelter, bro. Like
we gonna get there. We gonna get there one day. Just watch. Just watch.
The shelter, like we was in the shelter, bro. I don't talk.
This nigga over pouring his heart out, and you over talking about this nigga hat. It's crazy.
The shelter, the bottom of the bottom, bro. Where I still have shelter sheets in my crib in New York, bro. Like just for memories, bro. Oh my god.
Need a UGC video for your
That's
business?
crazy.
Find me and
Yeah,
many
big
other
deal.
skilled creators on
That's crazy.
Fiverr. Or
We are 5-3 followers away from 1 million followers.
I just repeated it because you said it. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Real talk, bro. Yes, sir.
Game. I thought I should play a game, bro.
Thank you, bro. Deadass. Bro, my life could have been a whole different direction. Yeah. And y'all showing bad love. Oh, fuck, man.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay, Jason.
I'm good, bro.
No.
I'm good, bro.
Think about it, Jason. There's no reason to cry right now.
Appreciate you, bro. I'm glad I met you.
Me too, bro. I love you. My brother.
I'm very glad I met you, bro.
I met you too, bro.
Yeah.